All right, fall, as much as we don't like to admit it, right around the corner, and might have you thinking soup, but the best thing is, at the Burnt Tongue, it's always soup season, and we're here with Chef Dan, the owner. We're at the Westdale location, one of how many that you have now? Four locations. Yeah. I mean, you really have expanded this business. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're in our 11th year now. Cannon was the original location. It took a while to get off the ground, but once we did and we knew that we resonated with people, we were able to expand. We got hit with COVID and that was a little tough, but we're definitely roaring back now.
Of course, you do so much more than soups, and we're going to get into that in just a second, but it started as and it still is, a focus on soup, right? I mean, you've expanded for sure your menu,
yeah.
But it really comes down to the basics of making good quality soup with good quality ingredients.
Yeah, it'll always be soup centric. That's kind of our bread and butter. And we still change them quite frequently. We change them about 12 times a year, every month. Mm-hmm. And then we have seasonal menus.
We're gonna get into some of your new seasonal menu. Fall menu, when's that coming out?
September 11th.
September 11th. And what it goes into to kind of creating these new seasonal soups, how much work goes into that?
A lot, but the work was kind of done in the past, the first few years that we opened, because I used to change my soups every day. And we created a lot of recipes back then, and now we kind of, we're able to just pull from that. But that's not to say every year we don't introduce probably 10 to 15 new soups.
Yeah,
but,
what's the process of introducing a new soup?
A bit of trial and error, seasonal ingredients, and then it just keeps it fresh back there. They're not doing the same thing all the time. I have a staff that gets to contribute to that and everything else.
Yeah,
so,
that's really cool, and it really helps, you know, when you have talented chefs who want to help and are excited about the product, and that's really what you started here, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
We're talking about the fall menu. We're talking about some new fall salad as well. But I did want to mention, you guys also offer something pretty cool, a cooking class.
We do. So I kind of take a break in the summer, but then we're going to start them back up again in October.
Okay, what do you get as part of that cooking class? Like, what do you learn?
Well, they kind of see a soup from beginning to end, and all the garnishes that goes involved with it, and then they all get to eat.
And they all get to eat.
Yeah, it's actually been a fun time. I always get a mixed bag of students too, so. Yeah, and it's become quite popular. I
was about to say, I was on the website. You get to eat the soup you make.
Yeah.
You get to take some home.
Yeah.
And BYOB.
Yeah. Well, they take advantage of that.
All right, tell us who we're going to meet back there.
You're going to meet Carly, and she's going to take you through the soups.
Okay, all right. Well,
she's been making soups for me for quite a while.
All right, Carly, the expert back here. All right, we are going to meet Carly. We're going to make some soups as we are continuing here. Dan, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
As we continue here all morning at the Burnt Tongue. We're at the Westdale location here at CHCH Morning Live. All right, if there's one thing they know at the Burnt Tongue, it is fresh ingredients. I'm looking around. There's some freshly husked corn, some carrots. We got some potatoes chopping over there, and we are here with Carly. And Carly, you have been with Burnt Tongue for almost a decade.
Yeah.
So what do you do? What do you do here?
So I make the soup.
Okay. It's
all
a pretty
the soup,
big job.
all 4 locations. So we send it all out of this location, the commissary.
Yeah.
And twice a week, so everybody gets their soup fresh.
So you're the head soup chef.
Yep.
Let's talk about some of the highlights of the fall menu. What are you really excited about for the fall menu?
I am excited about the masala red lentil, but I know that everybody's excited about the mulligatawny.
Yeah, so the mulligatawny, it won best chicken soup?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that? What kind of competition was that? What was it up against?
Peanut chicken, which is another banger.
Yeah.
And classic chicken noodle, which is a classic.
A classic. So this is the chicken mulligatawny. So what goes into it? Like I said, we're looking at as fresh as you can get here. So what goes into this?
So we have our mirepoix, carrot, celery, onions, apples. And
apples?
Apples, yep. We do heavy cream, coconut milk, and then the spice blend, curry powder, cardamom, turmeric, and cinnamon. So it's got all those nice warm fall flavors. It's not spicy. It's a nice mild curry.
A mild curry, yeah. That mulligatawny, that flavor. As soon as you hear it, you think spice, but it's not gonna be hitting you hard.
No, exactly.
Okay. Can we start to make one? Is this what do we got? How does it go work?
Let's
we got
do
some
it.
butter in here, which is always a great way to start a soup.
Butter makes it better. Yep.
Butter makes everything better. We're gonna start with our mirepoix then.
Yep.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. So again, that's that onion, celery, and carrot mix that we got. What kind of apples? Does it matter? Or?
Doesn't really matter. Like as long as you're getting the nice sweetness from the apples.
Ooh, that you are. So the fall menu, we were just talking about this with Dan. Obviously, you have a lot to say what goes into that. But what are you excited about, other than the red masala, the masala here that we got? But what else about the changeover of seasons gets you pretty hyped up?
I mean, just being able to use seasonal vegetables is nice. You know what I mean? Everything's a little bit sweeter, a little bit better. So it's nice to be able to utilize, especially local produce.
Yeah. And then, like I said, the steps to making this soup. You're making all the soups for the other 3 restaurants and the one here.
Yeah.
So how much soup are you making in any given day? Liter-wise, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
I'm not a big math girl,
Okay.
but
what about pots?
I mean, so I would say about like 80 liters times 4 in the summertime. Winter time, I'm making like 80 times 8, about 8 to 9 soups a day.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the other highlights of the fall menu here. What are we working at with here? What ingredients is this soup for?
So this is a new soup, never before seen on the Burnt Tongue menu. So it's a half puree. So we start with our onion, celery, spice blend, garlic. We use the white bean stock, and we toss grana rinds, grana padano, in with the beans, so that takes on a nice flavor. So the stock's super flavorful. Puree that. Add our white beans back, and then our kale.
Yeah, okay, wow. And then your favorite, you were saying, what do we got?
Yeah, the masala red lentil. It is like beautifully spicy, super robust in flavor.
Yeah.
Hearty. We got peanut butter. The coconut milk kind of rounds out the spice.
Yeah, so that's coconut milk in the back there. So
Yep.
you're working with all sorts of creams, all sorts of liquids. There's a lot going on here. And as much as it is about the soup, it's not just about the soup. You also have a pretty cool fall salad coming out.
We do.
All right, we're going to talk about that because we are continuing at the Burnt Tongue. They have 4 locations across Hamilton. We are at the Westdale location today, and we are continuing all morning long here on CHCH Morning Live. All right, we are back at the Burnt Tongue, one of 4 locations across Hamilton. We are at the Westdale location. We're back with Chef Carly, and it's not just soup. Of course, you do soup really well, but you got a lot of other stuff on the menu, including salads. And right now, we're going to be making one of your new fall salads. What do we got here?
Yep. Okay, so it's a kale and quinoa salad with roasted sweet potatoes, fresh apples, maple Dijon vinaigrette, and walnuts.
Walnuts. Are these candied walnuts?
They're not.
Oh, okay. They're just fresh walnuts. That's okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
noticed
fine,
that the kale is chopped.
Yeah.
That was a very specific reason. It's just because the quinoa smaller pieces. Like why do you use chopped kale?
I mean, you want a tender piece of kale. You know what I mean? Nothing worse than like getting a really tough chunk.
Yeah.
And you want it to be able to, fit on a fork. You don't want to be all sloppy eating your salad.
That's
you know what I mean?
exactly. Nobody. It's hard to look good eating a salad.
It
First
is.
of all,
It is.
it's good for you. Again, this is part of the fall menu, so let's make it. Can I give it a
All right.
shot here?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
What do we start with?
Okay, so you can start with your kale.
Start with our kale. That's the base, obviously. Okay. Cool.
And then your
cool.
quinoa.
My quinoa, just all in at once.
Go for it.
All in at once. This is very healthy. It's like a lot of superfood here. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, and then you're gonna do your dressing.
Dressing. Okay. Yeah. All of it.
I would do about 2/3. Yeah.
2/3. A little drizzle. There you go.
You can go ahead and toss it.
Okay. While we're doing this, this is part of. You could get this on obviously a takeout, but you guys do catering as well.
We do catering.
What does the catering look like when you order from here?
We do all kinds of different sandwiches, stuff that necessarily isn't on our menu.
Okay.
So lots of different options between like roast beef with a truffle mayo, all the best stuff.
All
yeah.
the best stuff. And
Lots
if
of
you're
good
going to be
options.
doing that, maybe call ahead, and
Yeah.
then obviously call ahead. But you can work through some different options, right?
Yeah.
And whatever works best, whether it's a group of 5, whether it's a group of 50,
Exactly,
even
yeah,
more.
yeah. Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we got that all mixed up there. Luke's taking a look at it. All right, what's next?
Okay, so then we're gonna toss it into our serving container
Okay,
here.
all right. I should have done it the other way for camera purposes, but Luke's putting a lot of pressure on me right now.
We'll see it at the end.
Yeah. It's all about the plating.
Exactly.
It's all about the plating.
You're
All
doing
right.
your best, I think.
I am doing my best. Thank you, Carly. Appreciate that. Okay, there we go. We got that.
Okay, and then we'll do our roasted sweet potato.
Just all on top like that. I feel like a real chef here.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do our apples.
Look at you. You sound so thrilled for me, Carly.
I am excited.
Here we go. Yeah.
And then we'll do our walnuts. That is a hefty portion, but
Okay, all right.
looking good.
And then the rest of the dressing, maybe?
Go for it.
Just a little on top there. Ooh. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give myself a pretty good rating on the plating there.
It looks great.
Thank you. Does
I
it
would buy that
taste
salad.
great?
That's the thing. Well, you give it a shot.
Does it taste great? All right, we're doing the taste test here on this salad. Here you go. One bite, everybody knows the rules. Oh, that dressing
Yeah, the dressing
just
and the
brings
apples.
everything together.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. Well, if you want to see me eat, guess what? You're in luck because we got soup to try.
Yep.
All right, and when we come back, we're trying that soup that we told you about earlier. So stay with us here as we continue with the burnt tongue on CHCH Morning Live. Hey, well, hopefully you have your smell-o-vision activated on your television because it smells so good in here as we've been making the soups. Now we're trying the soups. We're back with Chef Carly here at the Burnt Tongue, one of 4 locations. We are at the Westdale location. And again, we're talking about your fall menu soups.
Yep.
Which start when?
That'll be starting September 11th.
Okay. And that's the whole fall menu's changing over.
Yeah, so then we do like 3 separate months. The mulligatawny, as well as the potato leek and the creamy tomato will be on the menu all 3 months.
Yep.
And then monthly they'll change.
Okay, all right. Well, you've been talking about this mulligatawny, so let me give it a shot here. Literally, Carly, I mean, it smells so good in here. I don't know how you guys get any work done without wanting to taste the soup all the time. How are we garnishing this?
Okay, so this one is going to be garnished with toasted almonds. A little bit of those on there. And then we have some green onion.
Yep. All right. Give that a shot.
Yep.
So this was the chicken soup winner. It's going to be available starting September 11th on the fall menu here at Burnt Tongue. You guys do takeout, you do catering. What other options do you guys have?
We also do home delivery, so you could buy a retail bag, we call them, and it's about 1 liter and a bit, about 5.5 cups or so. They're $15 a piece, and you can order them online.
Yeah.
Info at the Burnt Tongue or just our website.
Info at the
Pay
Burnt
for it
Tongue.
online, and then once a week we'll deliver right to your house.
This is buttery. This is creamy. This is rich. I can see why this won. That is dynamite. Oh my god. Okay, all right. What else we got to try here?
Okay.
One bowl of soup wasn't enough for me, or the salad I had beforehand. All right, what do we got here?
Okay, so we've got, this one's the masala red lentil.
Okay, this one's one of your favorites
I
from
love
the
this
fall
one.
menu. Yeah.
Yeah,
This one's got a bit more of a kick than that mulligatawny's had.
A little bit more heat, yeah.
Okay.
We got garlic, ginger going on, serrano peppers.
Okay.
Fresh cilantro at the end.
We were mentioning, obviously, soup is king here, but you guys talk a little bit about what more you have on your menu. We talked about the salad, but what else do you have on your menu?
We do sandwiches. I have a sandwich starting this fall menu that I'm really excited about. It's a roasted butternut squash with brown butter and fried sage. And it's a grilled cheese, so we also have aged white cheddar on there. It is delicious.
Oof. Speaking of delicious, you were not underselling
It's
this
so good.
at all. Like just enough of a kick. Like it's not overpowering in any way, but you feel the heat. And on those cooler fall days, that's gonna warm you up real quick. Okay,
yeah.
That's delicious. All right, what else we trying? Final one here.
Okay, final one. I'm excited about this one too. This is a new squash soup. Never been on the menu before. And normally, I feel like a lot of squash that you'll end up having places is sweet. You know, whether they do the honey thing or the maple syrup. We have some other sweet ones on the menu.
Yeah.
But this one's more savory.
Okay. So what am I gonna taste in this one?
You're gonna taste the grana padano flavor from the rinds that I cook the beans with.
Okay.
Spice blend, smoked paprika, sage, chili flakes. So there's a little bit of kick.
Ooh. Oh, super pleasant. Like that first taste. Oh my goodness.
And then it gets better as you keep going.
Yeah, just keep going. All right. Well, that's a great thing about the Burnt Tongue. So many options of soup, sandwiches, salads. They have it all for you. Chef Cartley, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, come check them out at one of their 4 locations across Hamilton. And if you got any questions, they're willing to help. info@burnttongue.c.com.
.com.
All right, want to make sure I got that right. Carly, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.